I think we'd be remiss not to go deep on Bitcoin and the crypto industry this week. It's just been an avalanche of momentum, hasn't it? I mean, it seems like it really does seem, Nath, like a perfect storm at the moment. Now, yes, you're absolutely right, because stocks are, stock market's going really nicely, and there's great indicators there. There's a lot of investing ways, I think, at the moment that look very clean and look like very good pathways. But crypto seems to be the one where all the pieces are falling into place. Now, there's strong rumors that a crypto czar is going to be appointed. And a crypto czar is basically an advisor to the White House on all things crypto. Now, and an ear for President Trump and his cabinet and his team to basically make the right decisions, which are going to be pro-crypto. There's no secrets there. That will include a strategic national Bitcoin, a national Bitcoin reserve, which is heavily rumored, and God, that would just be an incredible feat for the Bitcoin movement, the Bitcoin people, and also, as Nathan says, I think, and that would include, by the way, a couple of details, and that is the rumors are it'll be 200,000 Bitcoin bought per year by the US government for 5 years, so 1 million Bitcoin altogether. They have to hold for a minimum of 20 years. To see, wow. which is what's being rumored. So, this is a long-term, what we're talking about here, and it's not insignificant. This is a long-term commitment to Bitcoin and the crypto industry as a whole. And as Nathan speaks at length about and is incredibly knowledgeable in, we are going to see the financial institutions and the global banking system go through a myriad changes, including this tokenization economy and really moving into a digital banking economy, which has to incorporate utility crypto. It's by far and away the leading light and the most obvious solution to what is a really major pain point at the moment. So I just think, and again, look, this speaks to, I think it just speaks to the willingness of the leaders of the free world, coming, to make wholesale changes that are going to really, really benefit tens and hundreds of millions of people. It's a fantastic movement we're seeing, and the initiative is momentous.
100%. That's amazing. The strategic reserve, I didn't know those details, but that's clear commitment.
Rumored.
Long term. Of course, not locked in yet, but that'd just be amazing. They do have other cheeky strategies, I think, to offset their debt. Ultimately, they need to do it because 35 trillion, 36 trillion, I think it is now, is just...
That's a little bit of money.
It's insurmountable by conventional means.
Yeah.
But I just think as well, it's so smart to throw out the idea of no tax on US-based cryptos as well, because much like the lower tax rate, right, for just citizens, income tax, and potentially maybe eliminating income tax, we'll see if that comes to fruition or not. But the no tax on these companies is huge. One, it's going to drive the US crypto economy absolutely gangbusters. But two, it's going to reinvigorate the innovation hub to become America. America first. America is going to become the leader in that space. Whereas at the moment, the only way to offset their lagging, because they are so far behind. You've got the BRICS, you've got all these other countries that have moved ahead in outlining their regulatory landscape. You've got MiCA, which is the European it's like the European SEC essentially. Their stablecoin regulations and their crypto regulations are already there and ready to go. They're about to flip the switch on the new system in March next year, the ISO 220 compliance, which is a global standard, which is why I think Trumpy's rushing through this change at the SEC, because they need to not only to catch up, but they need their regulations in place before March next year. March is a key date for everyone to remember, because what is ISO 220? ISO 220 is the complete overhaul that they've been working on for 10 years of the ticketing and messaging system between banks, globally. And as it stands, it's a very clunky, outdated, archaic service that relies on Swift, other technologies, where if you work at a bank, I've never worked at a bank, but I know people that have, if you don't match the codes between banks when moving money between accounts, the thing will bounce. It'll then take probably 6 days to sort itself out. That's such a clunky crap system. And that's literally what it is. It is a manual auditing system at the moment, matching numbers and making sure that everything works. So that's been gutted and changed over a very long period, 10 years, we're nearly there. Then you need assets that can facilitate the movement of the money, crypto assets, that comply with all the regulatory changes that they're making. You know, we can't have Ponzi scheme coins or any old coin or a meme coin doing this. One, because the technology wouldn't be able to facilitate it. But two, because, you know, that's not protecting institutions or investors. We can't have, you look at some like Solana and Sui, right? I've talked about Sui. Sui's going to do pretty well this cycle, but it had a huge outage today, down for hours. Solana goes down all the time. You can't have that. So you've got these quote unquote dinosaur coins, XRP, XLM, all these ones that have been around for, 10 years or whatever, but they don't fail. They've never failed. And that's why they're in this framework, and they're going to be at the forefront of this future run. And one more important thing on this surge, and it dovetails from the exciting Trump news, no tax, crypto czar, all of it. For those that don't know, typically these bull run cycles in crypto are heavily reliant on Bitcoin going first, right? Bitcoin surges, and then what we see is when people start to sell off Bitcoin at the top, which is, sort of a couple months run, then the liquidity coming out of Bitcoin cycles into these other projects, and you start to see them run as well. But this time round, it can't be coincidence that all the US utility tokens that would fall under the no tax banner, all of this beautiful stuff going on in the US, they are running alongside Bitcoin right now and outperforming them. Liquidity is not just going into Bitcoin. Liquidity is probably more so going into these. All the US big boys plus Bitcoin are running away from the pack, and the rest of the pack are getting left behind. It's never happened before in the other bull runs. So you can do all your charting, you can do all your predictions, but something big is happening, and it's being backed by where the money's going. So keep an eye out for that. My suggestion would be to really do your due diligence on all these US companies if you're just trying to pivot from stocks to crypto, or you've never got it into crypto before. This is really going to be the biggest next probably 12 months of money movement ever.
Oh, I don't think that's a ludicrous prediction. I think it's perfectly logical. There's more money than ever in the market. I think there's more of a groundswell of momentum for crypto than there ever has been before. It's probably, it's certainly in our lifetime, you can't think of a more revolutionary period in the movement of money than what crypto is promising for digital banking in future. So I think it is a transformative time. And I do think, as we always say, I think, clearly not financial advice, but, we certainly believe that a healthy exposure to crypto and utility tokens and Bitcoin is a really, really sensible play in light of the geopolitical landscape and the climate and what's happening at the moment.